Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today after yesterday's fun time, let's say. Hilarious video. I know a lot of you loved what came out yesterday. We heard Marina Granovskaya speak for the first time. Big deal. If you haven't seen that already, I'll leave a link for you guys right here now. After you're done with this video, all the serious stuff is out the way. You can click on that and have a laugh for 25 minutes as we go over what you guys were up to on the Reddit page. But today, we're going to get ducking and diving, wheeling and dealing in all the latest around Chelsea Football Club. Before we do though, I want to let you guys know this video is brought to you and sponsored by the OneFootball app. Make sure you hit that link in the description. Download the OneFootball app for all of your latest. If you want to know about what's going on at Chelsea, if you want to know what's going on elsewhere, if you want to get the build up to the World Cup qualifiers over the next 2 weeks, you'll find it all there. So make sure you hit that link in the description, download it now and enjoy. Now, today was meant to be a big day. Right? Prior from yesterday, we heard that Chelsea's bids, right, the bids that have come in to buy Chelsea Football Club, will be put down to a shortlist. And that shortlist of maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, somewhere around there, no one really knew 100%, would be unveiled either Monday or Tuesday. Well, yesterday was Monday, didn't get anything. Today is Tuesday, we still have not got anything, but we have updates. And we have all the various names that I normally quote on here whenever I'm giving you the latest. Give us all the latest information, the ins and outs, and what they know. Because let's have it right. In terms of this situation, even the journalists, even the bidders don't even know what's going on at 100%. The only people that can tell you what is happening at 100% are the board at Chelsea Football Club and the Rain Group, and maybe even Roman Abramovich, because I'm sure he's being informed very, clearly. By Chelsea and by the Rain Group. So those are the only ones. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you what has happened today, and then we're going to analyse it all at the end. So without further ado, let's jump over to Ben Jacobs, who's been giving us fantastic updates. He's come out of the blue. I didn't really think he was a Chelsea voice, but with this whole situation over a takeover, he has been very elaborate on the details and the minute, observations that have needed to be made, and the information that we've needed to know. He's been very clear and he's put threads on his Twitter page and it's been fantastic. So here's one that we're going to go through now. Check this out by Ben Jacobs. Rain Group will announce Chelsea's preferred bidders this week. Suitors could find out as early as today, but no later than Thursday lunch. Bruce Buck has had input and there is expected to be a shortlist of 4. Told there was less than 10 serious bids. So obviously, for those that don't know the context, there were more than 30 bids submitted. Around 10 of them, maybe less, are actually serious, like proper legit bids, not just, putting your name in the hat and hoping for the best. It's like when someone is leaving their uni assignment up until the last day and then they just come up with something and submit and then they just go, I'm just going to hope for the best. Like, that's not serious. We've all been guilty of that, but it's not serious. So, yeah, that's basically what he meant. Moving on. He goes on to say, the Ricketts family, the Ricketts family and Ken Griffin, remain extremely confident. They are best positioned to secure a quick sell due to their relationship with Rain and previous due diligence on Chelsea. Saudi Media Group, as reported, made a strong offer. Least likely group to facilitate a fast sell. No intel yet as to whether they've made the shortlist, but it's been reiterated, as you'd expect from SMG, that CFC aren't put off by, as I put it, the optics of a Saudi Arabian sell, or the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia sell. I think the key point though is Chelsea, not Rain, have effectively chosen the preferred bidders, so whoever makes the shortlist can assume the club are entirely comfortable with them. The level of club input at this stage is atypical, but then so is the whole sell process. This is really good information to know, and it's basically making it clear that, look, right now, Chelsea Football Club are the front runners in terms of making this decision, even though the Rain Group have been put in terms to manage the sell. But who's choosing these bidders to come onto this shortlist, and the final 3 or 4, in this case, going to be final 4, it's Chelsea FC. It's Bruce Buck. It's Marina Granovskaya. It's Eugene. And let's have it right. It's Roman Abramovich. even though it's not going to be him direct, but it's Roman. Let's not be stupid. Of course, they're talking to Roman, right? So effectively, it's in Roman's hands. And I don't know how that's going to work because he's meant to be sanctioned. But hey, he's going to be making the decision, and Rain Group are going to be managing it. But this is a very good observation by Ben Jacobs. If whoever makes it onto this shortlist, best believe Chelsea Football Club are completely happy with them. They've analysed the whole thing. They've gone, we're happy with you. Cool. Now it's up to the final four. Convince us. Make your best offer. Do something. Add something more onto the table. But basically, whoever will make that shortlist in terms of resources, in terms of taking a football club forward, in terms of being able to manage Chelsea Football Club, the men's team, women's team, academy, the training ground, all of that. Time. Everything in one package. Chelsea will look at those four and go, we are happy with all of you. You have made the shortlist. All of you can facilitate exactly what we're looking for. Now, convince us, who are we going to select out of you four? So we'll see who makes the shortlist. That's going to be the most important thing. Now, I want to make something clear. I know there's a lot of people screaming for the Saudi media group. I'm going to reiterate the point. If they make the shortlist, Chelsea are happy with them. That's the same for the Bowley Consortium. That's even the same for the Ricketts. I'm going to talk about the Ricketts very shortly. But the Ricketts have a big scandal going on at the moment, which I'm going to discuss. If they make the shortlist, that means Chelsea are happy with them. That means they're not bothered about any scandal. So it applies to everyone. Whoever makes this shortlist, even in terms of time, because I know a lot of people are saying the Saudis will take a lot longer in terms of getting through the Premier League owners and directors tests, being able to get everything done from Saudi Arabia. It's going to take a little longer. If Chelsea put them on the shortlist, that means they're happy with that. They're happy with that. Whoever makes the shortlist, Chelsea are cool. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's very good information from Ben Jacobs. Let's move on and see what else has been said today. So diving straight into Simon Phillips, who has quoted The Athletic. Here it is. Roman Abramovich still has a say in the Chelsea sale process, and the Russian wants Chelsea to go to a group or individual with a proven track record, a vision for the club, and easy access to funds. He goes on to say 4 bids that appear to have the inside track: Todd Bowley Consortium, the Ricketts family, Sir Martin Broughton with others, and Woody Johnson. So basically, the 3 Americans and the 1 Englishman. Basically, this is from The Athletic, so I stress this is from The Athletic. Normally they're quite reliable, but in terms again of, this is what's baffling to me, in terms of the inside track, which names are going to make the shortlist, I find it hard to believe anybody in terms of who's making that shortlist. No one knows except Chelsea Football Club, the board, and the Rain Group. That's it. We're talking about people that you can stick in one room. I can stick all those people involved with making this decision right here if I wanted to, with ease. That's how few people there are involved. So when the Athletic come out and start picking out names of who's in front of who, and I don't really pay too much attention to it because it can change at any moment. I'll give you an example. Nick Candy, he was all of a sudden meant to be one of the front runners alongside the Bowley Consortium, the Ricketts, and all of that. Well, now we don't hear his name. And as of this morning, it was rumoured that apparently the South Korean investment fund that was available to him hadn't actually invested and had pulled out. Now, that's not verified. I don't know, but we're not hearing his name. So it can all just go up and down. This is the thing, and I don't want to put one name out ahead of the other. Personally, I think the ones that are looking substantial is Todd Bowley and his consortium. From day one, they've just looked like they're completely set. You could say the same for the Saudi media group. However, they've managed a football club. I think Mohammed Al-Khareji does actually run a football club in Saudi Arabia. Todd Bowley, in terms of American sports, we see what he's done with the LA Dodgers and whatnot, so he's familiar with sports clubs. So, I mean, in terms of being able to take things forward, Todd Bowley right now is definitely looking like the main guy. Right? But anyone else, in terms of who's in front and whatnot, I honestly, I don't know. And I don't think anyone knows. And I'm going to reiterate this by showing you this from Matt Law. Check this out. It's not only the journalists who are yet to hear anything on the Chelsea bidders shortlist. The bidders themselves have not heard anything at all from Rain on when an announcement will be made. We all wait. And that's coming from Matt Law, who was giving us inside scoop after inside scoop after inside scoop for, day after day after day, even though it was sometimes conflicting with others, or you'd hear Nizar Kinsella say a few things, you'd hear others say a few things. It's all over the place. But this, I think, is absolutely bang on from him. No one knows. The journalists don't know. Even the bidders don't know, unless if, as of right now, they've actually been informed. We don't know. We don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, one of the names that have been linked are the Ricketts. Now, the Ricketts have been involved with, how can I say this bluntly? To say it bluntly, Islamophobia. Pure racism. And I forgot which one of the Ricketts, but one of them, it's a family. So one of them have basically been exposed as coming out with one of their quotes saying that Islam is their enemy, Muslims are their enemy. We can't have any of that. We can't have any of that. And look, here's the thing. At Chelsea Football Club, we've got 4 Muslim players, right? 4. And I'm not so sure in terms of how they're going to be feeling about that. Say if the Ricketts owned the club, how would N'Golo Kante feel? How would Antonio Rudiger feel? Malang Sarr, Ziyech, that can't fly. That can't fly. So in order to be careful about that sort of thing, I'm going to show you something that was said by Paul Canaville. Now, Paul Canaville, ex-Chelsea player, and Matt Law has retweeted him and requoted him saying this. Check this out. So I've seen and heard enough. I'm backing the Chelsea Supporters Trust and saying a big fat anti-racism no to the Ricketts bid. Please can you stop even mentioning it at Sky Sports News, at Greyhands, hashtag no to Ricketts. And everyone has been talking about no to Ricketts. That was said across Twitter. At one point it was trending everywhere. Matt Law came out and retweeted that and said, I think this is a major problem for the Ricketts campaign. And it is. Look, Chelsea Football Club cannot tolerate this at all. At all. There's something when you talk about coming in, taking a football club forward. Do you have what it takes? Do you have the resources? Do you have the funds? Do you have the expertise? Do you have the knowledge? There's all of that, right? But if you're coming with hate towards one group of people, that can't fly. That can't fly. See you later. So Chelsea Football Club, with the outrage that has already been exposed by 99.9% of the Chelsea fan base online, because I think we're all in the same boat here. None of us want the Ricketts. I'd be surprised if Chelsea don't realise and clock on. And I'd be shocked. If Chelsea actually allow the Ricketts to make the shortlist, I will be shocked and I'd be very disappointed. So we'll see what happens. As long as they don't make the shortlist, I'll be cool. But this is from Paul M. Banks. Check this out. The Ricketts have a very clear non-rebuilding plan currently in place with the Cubs. So the Chicago Cubs. They own the Chicago Cubs. They only have interest in boosting the franchise's valuation for impending sale. No interest in fielding a competitive team. They'll do exactly the same to Chelsea. Another quote here, the Ricketts family think by flying to London from the USA, it shows they care. They are going to outline their made-up vision. You only have to look at the Cubs to see what a monstrosity it is. And let's not forget about the scandals they've been involved in. Hashtag no to Ricketts. There's way too much baggage here. Way too much personal baggage. We're talking personal, coming directly from them. In terms of not being able to run the Cubs properly. In terms of straight up racism. That can't fly. It'd be like Kroenke, but 100 times worse. let's be honest. So look, can't happen. Can't happen. And I stress everyone to just try and make your voices clear. Just no to Ricketts. If you support the Ricketts, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to that. I'm not going to take that away from you. But personally, I'm saying no. Don't want the Ricketts anywhere near this football club. Thank you very much. I would take anyone except the Ricketts. So that should make it clear. Now, other news in terms away from the ownership of Chelsea Football Club comes from Nizar Kinsella. Check this one out. There's been some minor movement at Chelsea board level. David Bernard, Director of Football Operations, is promoted to the club board. An expert football administrator, it is good news that he will be privy to important conversations around the ownership change. So this is a weird one. I didn't expect any movement at board level, and especially David Bernard, who's been Director of Football Operations. But yeah, him straight up on the board now. He has a say. He's been at Chelsea around 10 to 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. And I've honestly only heard good things about David. So I'm not going to come on here and try and say he doesn't know what he's doing, he can't do this, he can't... I've only heard good things. So if that's the case, and as Nizar said, it's good news, then it's good news. Fantastic. The more the merrier. Welcome. Welcome. Make your opinion clear, and especially as someone who's been director of football operations, that means he's been fully focused on the football side of things. And I have to say, in terms of the football side of things, we've been very successful. So I'd like to think it's a good change. And congrats to him for making it to the board. So we'll see what happens there. It's good timing in terms of to get one more voice on the table prior to making the decision as to who's going to be the accepted bid for the ownership of Chelsea Football Club. We will see, but it's nice that we have a football man in the room alongside Petr Cech, who comes from a player background, which is nice. So overall, happy days. But that's the latest. And as I've said, right now, in terms of a shortlist, in terms of whose bids have been accepted, no one knows. No one knows. And I thought it'd be today that we'd hear something. We might not hear until Thursday. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted. And let's hope we find out sooner rather than later. It could be the next hour. It could be tomorrow. It could be Thursday. We'll see what happens. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. How do you see all of this going? What would be your preferred route? And yeah, all of your thoughts, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a new video. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.